think it's running. Okay, now it's live. Or is it? Yes, it is. Okay. So welcome to Anoren, Chronicles of Anoren, Part 5. This is a story called Shadows of Karalhi. In fact, everything that is going on around the capital in the Stone Kingdom, I folded into this Shadows of Karalhi series. So just before beginning, we will play, of course, this game using GURPS 4th edition. So if you want an awesome game, go check it out. And we are using RPGS as a setting. So it's a free PDF, so you can have it. Just check below the video to have your PDF. It's an awesome setting made by several members of different online communities. So have a look and use it if you want to. So yeah, so I would like you guys to present your characters, your race, your species, what you've been doing in this campaign so far, what you would like people to have in mind when your characters speak or act, or anything you would like to talk about your character. So let's start with Brandon, and he's playing Ephmira.
Alright, I am playing Ephmira, the desert witch. She's sort of a seer witch, very well known in the desert, among the desert tribes. Last session that I was in, we traveled to this large city seeking various things, and I think we ended up in some sort of like library or museum where I had finally gotten the chance to actually deposit an artifact that I was looking into for a very long time. And now I'm guessing she's just going to continue trying to help people. She's very, sort of kind and generous and a bit gullible sometimes. She's very whenever she casts magic, it's usually very wild and expressive and like tribal. So it's all very unpredictable, very strange. You're never really sure what you're going to get when she casts something. So it might just be a wonderful success or a terrible, failure. Either way, it's going to be fun whenever I try and whip something out.
Excellent. And Frederick is playing Adrekos, a Titan.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I'm Adrekos, Dead Steel. I'm from Nakarot, far away from here. I came here on a journey burying the body of a dead stonemason that I promised I'd take him back to his homeland. And since that time, I've spent about 30 years at the Black Waste doing what I can do, killing stuff. And that's pretty much what I did in the last game. We found something, I think, but I don't know what. Because the person who found something she fell unconscious, so I'm not sure. She said in a breezy word that she found the answer, but the answer to what, I don't know. That's pretty much it. On the first glance, my character is pretty much intimidating, very tall, and, well, that's pretty much it.
All right. And Tim, you're playing Agim, one of the original.
I am Akim. I am Lizard Man from the city of Karalhi, gladiator who fought in many arena battle. I gained my freedom, and after our last experience with the Grey Wanderer, I traveled back to this city to find my old doctor And now I am returning to find my friends that I fought beside.
That's excellent. Excellent introduction. So, our adventure begins with Efmira and Agim. Reunited after several months after the events of the Hills of the Immortals and the Grey Wanderer. Your common friend, the winged woman Izado, the teacher of the Calming Wind, have gone missing for a few days. Worried, Efmira did what she does, and she asked around and learned that a winged woman corresponding to Izado's description was seen entering by ways of flying into the Black Ways, the forbidden tunnels under the capital. Acquaintance of yours, Leighton, a Ebahim smuggler, and Chennai, a lore keeper from the faraway land of Logar, have recently went into the Black Ways in complete secrecy. Surprisingly, they made it back alive. And they made it back alive with the help of a titan, a titan named Adrikos. He is one of the Lanterneers of the Overwatch, the monster hunters and patroller of the Black Ways, those tunnels, those treacherous and dangerous tunnels under the city. You have tracked this man down and found the Titan in a smelly and badly lighted pub in Dark Faden in Karalhi. As you enter the tavern, you can see a man vomiting his beer in an alley, while another one tries to pick his pockets. So, Brandon and Tim, what are you doing?
I just came from here. I did not expect to return so soon.
I'm just sort of looking over at him. I'm just sort of surprised because the last time I saw this massive lizard man, he was, breaking people off of cliffs and like doing all these amazing things, and I'm sort of impressed by the fact that I get to see him again.
And this time you see him, he's not wearing the battered armor that he was. He's wearing actually a nice linen toga, and he has some silver rings in the nostril flaps on his nose.
Ooh, just sort of admiring the jewelry.
But you still see that massive scar on his chest that he sustained in the battle with the giant stone man.
You are healing well, I take it?
Ah, yes. I have healed. The scars will remain. I will keep those. They are a badge of honor.
I am looking for my friend. He's gone missing.
Izado. She was very frail. I worry for her safety.
Well, I have heard that Izado might have flown into these Black Ways underneath the city.
That is not a good place.
I have heard that, yes.
Indeed, it isn't. You have heard lately news from your acquaintance about this little trip that the merchant, smuggler, and this librarian did. You pretty much knew that Izado wanted to go there as well, because she wanted to find the truth about some things about the prophet. Could she have been tempted to go by herself? That sounds like a crazy plan. But this man in the corner, a giant man, 7 foot tall, looking into his beer, a big bucket of beer. Seems pretty like probably a gladiator or a criminal. But from the rings, the silvery rings on his armor, and by ring I don't mean rings, an armor made of rings, but rather rings where you can attach stuff to it, like ropes and weapons. These Lanterneers from the Overwatch have very distinctive equipment, and this guy, this giant, massive man, is one of them.
I will speak to this one.
So I slowly walk up to him and stand in front of his table, waiting for his attention.
And I just sort of watch in the distance.
So there's a shadow in front of me, and so there was a lizard
Yeah,
man.
you see a lizard man.
I just lift my eye, say nothing. The guy's looking for trouble. I'll oblige it.
This lizard man is pretty powerfully built. He have this linen robe, as he said, or linen clothing, and he doesn't look like the fighter type, but you don't have the eyes of a normal person, you see. As you look over him, you see traces of battle, and
Scars.
yes, he's a rough one. Fighting this lizard would be
Interesting.
interesting. Indeed.
As soon as we make eye contact,
I mean no disrespect by intruding on your space, but we were directed to you. We were told that you might have information regarding our companion, Izado.
I raise my head. The name doesn't ring a bell, friend, so I wouldn't know where your friend is. I don't wander around in the city too much, and I don't know many people, so no, I don't know this name. Does that answer your question?
Shh. Are you certain? She is a frail woman with wings and burns on her arms.
I remember every winged ones that I see, and that description is not familiar to me.
Very well.
Why are you asking me this?
We received information that you may know of such a person.
By whom? Who told you this?
that kind of takes him for a
What?
loop. He looks back at his mirror.
I just sort of step forward.
Yeah.
I heard that Izado might have been lost in these black ways, and you and your Lanterneers seem to be fairly well versed in these areas.
Did she commit a crime or something?
Well, not exactly, because I know that Izado went against the church technically, and that is a crime. But I'm not exactly saying that, so not exactly.
'Cause I lean over on the table and with my elbows on the table and say, "Do you know what the Black Waste is?"
I've only heard the name, so.
That's where I work. So you're presuming that she went in there. Am I correct?
Just nod, yes.
So the only person that are allowed in there are volunteers or criminals are sentenced to, well, long and painful death.
Criminals.
So did she commit a crime, or did she volunteer for something?
Maybe she was trying to redeem herself. Possibly.
Are you sure?
There is a drunken dwarf that walked just by. You have a big tattoo in his forehead, and you can see that Idrakos as well have this tattoo in his forehead. And the dwarf just passing by, he just said, "Yeah, I was a volunteer, all right," and he do this on his forehead, and he just continue his walk towards the bar to order another round.
Don't mind the drunken dwarf.
But what does that symbol mean?
Well, that's the mark for those who work at the Black Waste.
Mhm. So, you do in fact work there. Well,
You?
if Izado is there, the least you could do is guide us to where Izado might be.
With a small smile, I cross my fingers and I look him her in the eye. Do you know what that entails?
Well, it can't be that bad.
And then I go-
Girl, they shave your head all the way, and then they take these big needles with some ink, and they carve your forehead, and they mark you for good. Because from now, girl, you're now damaged good.
I see.
And if you're a lizard fellow, like your friend, they will take this burning iron and they will burn your forehead.
Ooh.
That's worst.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
What my drunken friend is trying to say is that once you get
I'm
marked,
not drunk.
no, you're just stupid.
Oh, buzz off, you guy. And he goes away, dropping most of his beer.
You can't go to the waste. You have to be part of a Londonier or something else.
I see. Well, you are saying that we must be criminals in order to enter.
But you can never leave.
You seem to leave.
I'm just on my free time and good behavior. But I was never a criminal. I volunteered.
Do you bear this mark, this insignia?
Under my helmet, yes I do.
There must be some way, and we need to find Izado.
But are you sure she went in there? Well, who told you that she went there?
Who did tell me?
A funny thing you ask. And now he sit next to you in the couch and like, yeah, he just settled, you know.
Yeah.
You know, a funny thing you ask. I did saw a winged fellow just fly over the Black Ways and went into a hole, like downhill, like what go down. It was amazing.
If she went that way, then
I was patrolling the other day and I saw her.
you didn't say anything.
Of course not, if she crazy enough to go there. That's her life. She was beautiful too. Like, she was beautiful. That's a waste. You know? That's a
Point
waste.
is,
I
we
would have
know
been
where
child to her. You know?
Can you just shut up for a minute?
Yes, I can.
Excuse him.
But you know what's interesting about it? And now he's poking you, you know, he's poking your shoulder, eh, Dracos, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you should take the patrol on the plateau, and I should go into the Black Ways. That's
Good,
my turn.
Yeah, your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now go
And he
to sleep.
mumbles some other things,
Yeah.
but he's still there.
Yeah.
He's like a sticky guy.
So I just stand up and walk outside of the to talk to these two individual.
Like in private, like outside or
Yeah,
in the
outside
street, in the
in an
street,
alley.
in the alley. Okay.
And I'm just going to follow.
Okay.
I follow along as well.
So, as stupid as the dwarf is, what he suggested or said could be true.
What does
There
this
are
mean?
the Black Waste used to be a canyon, but with time the sand covered it all up. But there are fissures or sand holes that seep into the Black Waste.
Oh.
Nobody patrol those, but there's so few of them, and there are sometimes random holes that appear because of the sand just falls into a hole. And she probably, he or she, is it a she? Yes.
Mhm.
She probably spotted a hole from up in the sky and flew in, which isn't a good idea because you don't know where you end up.
Well, if I can find this hole, maybe I could dig her out or move the sand.
It'll be dangerous because the sides will be very slippery and unstable, which is why we don't go there.
Oh, I have a way with the earth. It'll be fine.
You do. Okay.
We
And
just need to...
Agim is nodding, saying that.
You wouldn't be friends of a certain librarian, were you?
Oh,
and-
yes.
Oh,
I met a librarian recently.
recently. Crazy woman that likes to read all stuff?
Yes! Exactly
Mm.
like that.
Yeah, and then you probably remember seeing this wild witch from the desert at some point. Maybe not up close, but
No.
now you remember.
From afar, yeah.
Yeah.
And I have this huge staff, too, so it'd be kind of hard, you know,
Yes.
with a huge, like, skull kind of thing on it. So, you
Tell
might...
me this. If it were someone else, I would say good luck. But since your friend is of the winged ones, I'll do it.
Good.
Because the children of the angels are the blessed one in my eyes, so finding her will be a boon to my beliefs.
We appreciate such kindness.
Oh, don't appreciate it yet. We haven't entered the Black Waste yet.
Yes.
Here's what we do. For my side, I will change my patrol route to the outside. Since I lost my two companions a few weeks ago, I still don't have a team. So doing a patrol alone on top of the waste will be still seen as normal for my duties. You should come late at night tomorrow. I'll give you a meeting place and we'll search the waste from the top to find the closest hole we can find. And I'll bring... Can you carry a lot of rope, Akimi? Lizard?
Yes. Let him carry the rope.
I
Yeah.
can carry it, but also, and he makes this high-pitched squealing noise that comes out of his nostrils, and you see this camel on the other side of the street rear up like a horse, and it comes galloping over.
Well, okay, that's neat.
This is
Well,
my friend, Kamer Hasid.
well, he was gonna be friends. So He'll help you carry about. We'll need about 100 to 200 feet of rope and some gear. That's pretty much torches and lights and a good sword.
He pats the camel on the side. Hazid will gladly carry.
Stupid animal.
I must do it once per game.
Sticky thing.
Camel is the way.
So I'll leave you today and then arrange for my part of what I need to do to have the patrol duty. And may I see you tomorrow night?
Yes, thank you very much for your help.
Fred,
Yes.
your character, do you have the skill area knowledge black ways?
Yes.
How much? What's your rank?
Let me find it first.
What's your rank in it?
Give me a second. It's really small.
Zoom in!
I'm trying. First aid and lore, black way, survival. Area knowledge. H. Hidden lore.
It's a skill.
It's hidden lore. I got 11.
11? Okay. So you think a little bit about it. You're not a guy who patrol the plateau above the city.
Often, yeah.
You know, you're a guy who patrol nearly exclusively the black ways directly from the ground.
Yeah.
But you visited those area.
Time to time, yeah.
Those there is some watch overpost or watch post on the plateau, and you know of one where there is a big gash in the earth,
Yeah.
and the lanterneers there have this giant winch, iron winch with a chain that go all the way down into the into the black ways. You never
went down.
You never went into the black ways from there. You could probably locate yourself in that place, but you know there is a way to go down. If of course you're a lanterneer.
It's safer. Yeah, okay. I'll give them that location so they can sneak close to that outpost and meet me there. So, but that's pretty much what I.
Does this sound like a plan for everybody?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. We can cut to the next day. You wanted to meet in the morning or?
More at night, so that there's no prying eye to see what's going on.
That's perfect. So as the sun goes down and become like a dusk, you guys meet near this outpost. For Efmira and Agim, maybe it was a kind of a little bit of an ordeal to find a way to walk to go to this plateau, to have access to it. Probably costed you some silver pieces to just to learn the information. But anyways, you meet this lanterneer that you've met the night before near an outpost, and this outpost is a small stone building just next to a giant machine that looks like a winch with a giant chain. This chain, just one bit of the chain is like a yard in length and maybe half a yard in width. So the night is starting, and you have these guys. They all look like outlaws and criminals, but they wear the armor with the rings on it, and they have these what they call battle lanterns that are fixed on shields, so they can fight with their lanterns and bash your face with it. And these guys are there very ceremoniously with their torches and lantern, and scars everywhere and tattoos on their forehead. And you kind of figure out that tattoos on the forehead have different meaning, and probably depicts their assignation or where they went into the Black Ways and information like that. So between themselves, they can learn quickly the rank maybe of other Lanterneers and where they went and where they're attacked physically or mentally or all kind of information. So it's like a little Arabic kind of tattoo on the forehead. So yeah, so you meet there, and it seems like Eidricos managed to organize all the procedure. There is some kind of a rope harness made of rope that you will wear and clip onto the chain, and they will lower you into the darkness, literally.
Greetings, my friend.
Greetings.
Greetings once again.
I'll ask you once again, are you sure you want to do this?
I am absolutely sure.
It is a matter of finding our friend, and if this is what we must do, then we will do.
Then let it be so, but remember, do not thank me for this, because you will more likely curse my name when we go down there.
Izado would have done the same for us if we were lost.
Then your friendship is admirable. If you are as, I was going to say as friendly, but as loyal as you are, I've missed that. Then
It costed you, Eidricos, 50 silver piece for this favor because you are acting in illegality.
yes.
Sending a civilian into the Black Ways and especially maybe allowing them to get back out of the Black Ways is illegal in Karalhi. So it costed you 50 silver piece and also a permission maybe. You will have to trade
a day off
with the guys. Okay. So there is 3 guys, so it cost you 3 days of worth of yeah.
It's okay. For the first time, I have some excitement in 30 years. So. Okay. All right. So basically, with all the gear and lanterns and chill, I'll tie myself up, showing them how to do that, and I'll be the first to go down.
All right. The guys help you strap yourself into the harness, double check the rope, double check the chain. They clip your
back stuff, yeah.
Yeah, they fix you on the chain, and one of the Lanterneers approach you and give you a bag full of ration, dry meat, smoked meat, and
water pouch,
and water to drink, and candles, and the
basic gear.
Yeah, basic gear that every Lanterneer is.
And I'll take one of the 100 yards of rope that the camel brought. I'll carry one of the.
Okay.
Since I have the strength for it.
Oh yeah. No. With you and Agim, I don't look for friends. So I don't mind. So yeah, you both see Eidricos slowly being
lowered.
What?
Lowered.
Yeah, lowered. Yeah, I was looking for a word.
He's being thrown into the hole.
Yeah, you see him slowly going down, and after a few yards, he's kind of hard to see now. He's going into darkness, pure darkness, and probably along the way, Eidricos start to light his lantern. So you see some sparks, and suddenly there is this little light that going down into pure void.
Far away.
Yeah.
So Agima's never seen anything like this. Any gigantic hole in the ground. So he's just peering over the edge of it, looking down intently, just watching him disappear into the darkness.
And I'm sort of doing the same.
Yeah, and you see the three lanterneers. They all have access to this winch, and they are doing like a rotating maneuver like this. But it's a big wheel, so they need to be two at least to maneuver this heavy machine. And there is all this metallic clunking and sound and probably dust of rust also going out of the gears. And at one point they just stop the chain and look at you and said, who's next? and Hydrakos is still not touched the ground yet.
I will go, unless you do not wish to remain up here by yourself.
Oh no, you can
Alright.
go. I will wait.
You can go.
Okay. I'm gonna ask a perception check from Efmira.
All right. There we go. So that is a 10. My perception is that under skills? No, I think it's under.
Yeah, it's under your
It's a skill.
attributes.
Perception is 13.
13. Oh, okay. So you clearly see those guys, coming to Akim and placing the harness on him and double checking the rope. They do exactly what they done to Hydrakos. Of course, being perceptive as you are, you see that at one point you see two guys exchanging a look, and they're hesitating on how to put the harness on a lizard man. They're not sure how to deal with the tail, but they try to look like they know what they do, But they try to nut the thing on and and they double check. But you have seen this little hesitation.
I'm just a bit worried when I see this.
During this time, I'm just consoling Hazid, my camel.
Yeah, we will take care of it, sir. But if you're not back within 1 week, we will have to sell it or heat it. Is that the deal?
Do not eat it. Give him a good home. He is loyal and hard worker.
All right.
This
Hey,
is
Derek.
only if we do not return.
All right, I will do it.
I would regret greatly if something happened to him.
Oh, we know. Hydrakos will come for us. And we will regret it. Have you ever seen a Titan fight, Mr. Lizard Man?
I have fought them in the arena.
You have fought a Titan? Oh, God. You are stronger than you look, then. Be careful, sir.
We will be careful.
So I'm gonna ask you, Tim, to roll a will roll, please, because now you are asked to step into the void.
Okay. So my will is 9.
Okay.
4, 4, and a 6. So that's 14.
14. Okay. The first step is not successful. You place your foot into emptiness. You try to lower yourself into the chain, but a primitive section in your brain call it off, and you just want to abort the maneuver. So your feet goes like this, and it's without your willpower. It's very instinctive, like a lizard in panic mode.
Start squirming around.
Yeah. You fail by a big margin, so you're like, ah! And the guys are like, no, it's okay. The first time is the hardest. Come on, let's go. And they try to push you a little bit.
Of course, I'm 400 pounds. So.
All right, so roll another will roll, but this time add +1 to your will, so your will be 10.
Oh, that was even.
That's worse.
Yeah.
Okay, so you fight another round. You're fighting a little bit, and the guys said, "Man, come on, just do it. Your friend is under there. You don't have all the night to do this."
I just met him.
Idrakos, you feel a little tingling in the chain as something is going
What are you
on
doing?
several dozens of yards away.
What's taking them so long?
You can see a shadowy lizard man fighting two men pushing and 2 feet going like this.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Does Mira doing something? Oh, maybe he's cut off. Brandon?
I'm just sort of watching as he's sort of squirming in the dark. I can hear him like flailing, because it's like a lot of noise, you know. So I'm just like, "Are you all right?
No.
Finally-
Calm down. It'll be fine."
Finally, you all see, in fact, just you, Efmira, you see the third Lanterneer having a charge, a little charge, and he come into the back of Agim, and all 3 guys do a little big push, and boom, and you see the big weight, all the weight of Agim falling for
With big eyes.
several inches. And he's like panicking a little bit, and then the chain just go like bang, and the machine behind did a big metallic bang sound as it absorbed the shock of all the mass.
The hell?
Bang!
Oh, I'm like, I try to light my lantern really quickly, and I want to try and see if I can see like if he's hurt.
He's got big eyes.
Yeah.
I'm just hanging loose on the chain, just like squirming around like I'm swimming, except my arms are just moving around from side to side.
Yeah, you're starting to relax now. It was like you cannot believe you showed some cowardice at just, you know, this little action. You fought so many men in the arena, and that's insane. You're maybe ashamed a little bit, but you didn't know what happened here.
He remembers the scaffolds, the matches that they had on scaffolds where they would tie people to ropes, and that was the one time he almost died.
Oh yeah. And Efmira, basically, you are strapped also into this rope harness.
All right.
And for some reason, I'm gonna ask you to roll, not for will because you're weirder than that, but I'm gonna ask you to roll a special roll that is called a nightmare
What?
roll.
Oh.
I want to know if you slept well the night before.
Right.
Oh.
So you have a 9 or less.
My
So you
nightmare.
don't sleep very well.
Let me see. My nightmare was reduced to like 5 last time, I think.
Oh, is it right?
Yeah. So would it still be 9, or would I have it at 5?
Oh, it's your wealth. Your wealth was reduced.
No, but like you said before, that it was my nightmares that also went down or something.
Oh, okay. I see. Let me
I
check
made a
into
note of it at least. I don't know. It wasn't updated on my sheet, I think, but it was something you said. But I'll just roll and see what happens.
Yeah, roll.
5 and then 8. So either way,
It's like it's a success.
mhm.
So you're okay. You slept well the night before, so you don't have all the nightmarish vision to accompany you into the darkness. So they lower yourself as well, and the chain continue and going down. You can see that it's a loop. The chain goes down, but there is another part of the chain that goes up. So at one point, Idrekos signaled the man that he is on the ground. They stopped a little bit and then proceed to do the same thing with Agim and finally Efmira. And
As Akeem comes down, he sees that my two-handed sword is drawn.
yeah,
One-handed.
of course. Agim probably have seen men before handling the two-handed sword one hand, but this one is pretty. Yeah, he have a tight grip.
So I meant to say when I was on top that while they were lowering him down, that I was going to change into my leather armor and get my
Okay, that's
situated.
I'm just sort of holding this lantern up, and then in my other hand I have my staff. Oh, would be?
I'm assuming that you are all battle ready because the Black Ways is not. It's not
part.
Yeah, it's not a happy camp with marshmallow and kids. And, no, you send criminals there to die.
Seb, I'll have as they come down. I'll just have a small spot with the lantern on the ground and preparing the gear as they come down to have a face-to-face with them and have a word to what they could encounter. So,
okay.
So as they come down, I'll ask him, you don't know what's in here, do you?
No.
Please tell us.
Well, the most common would be the flesh eaters. They are what would be called cannibals, little cannibal goblins. Call them what we will, but that's what there's more here than anything else.
They do not sound friendly.
Don't let them bite you. That's the good thing. Then you have the flesh masters. They're like their overseer that sometimes guide groups of flesh eaters. What's most dangerous about those big fellows is their head has some poison tentacles on their head. Don't get too close to those either. The most unnerving you'll have to face will be the grapplers. In these caves, when the ceiling comes lower to your head, there are sometimes stones that hang from the ceiling, but they're not stones. They're snake-like creatures that will grapple you and squeeze you to death and eat you. Okay.
And there's a little flashback of you throwing a spear to kill your companion Halda to spare her life and end our suffering before the grappler crush her spine in two. Yeah.
My
Last game was dramatic.
There's also something in here that call it spirit, call it a ghost, but we Lanterniers call it echoes of the past. You will hear some voices in your head, be it a ghost or something, but you have to either think about something else or use a mirror, or you will lose your mind, which most of the Lanterniers that go mad, this is what happened.
There's probably several pieces of mirror in the duffel bag.
Yeah.
A couple extra, just in case.
So those I give to the group.
I am not afraid. I speak to the spirits of nature. People call me mad, but I am not. I tell
Well,
them.
we'll put that to the test then. And there's, well, I don't know if I should just say it, but there's the Dark Master. He is he's the biggest rumor of this shithole, that there's a master that that makes these creatures, and they call it the Dark Master. I don't know what it is or who is, or if it even exists. So
He is not of our concern. We are here to find our friend.
yes, and that's going to be the hardest part. So do you have any idea where she would have went, or what she was looking for?
Well, that dwarf said she flew down a hole.
Which this one would be the biggest hole and, well, safest way to have come down.
And I'm like holding up my lantern, trying to like look.
You could maybe roll some IQ, Mira, to maybe project yourself into Izado's mind. What she could do, where she could have been,
All right, I will do that.
just based on what you know about her.
All right, that is another 8, and my IQ is 13.
Okay, so you beat it by 5 points. Excellent. So, based on what you know about the discovery, or rather the gift of the scroll of that was given to Izado, maybe she wants to find a place that could be called the Cathedral of Light. It's a place that is mentioned. Maybe Chennai, the librarian, told you about this discovery. The Sandstone Prophet, mythical figure in the religion of Calming Wind, he seems to have gone into a pilgrimage into the Black Ways and emerged on the other side of the Black Ways, completely unarmed by creatures from there. And maybe she could attempt to find such a place.
I think she is attempting to mimic a pilgrimage of her religion of some sort, something like that. I have heard about it once. Someone traveled through these ways completely unharmed.
Yeah, the ancient, what the local called what's it, the you know the prophet, this Sandstone Prophet.
Yes,
It's called.
that's it.
So she's looking for the pyramid that we found last time, or something close to it.
A pyramid?
An upside down pyramid that your librarian friend we found, and then she went unconscious when she found it.
Oh dear.
So that would be a good clue to search in that direction. So, since we don't have more than that to go on.
Maybe. But if it causes my friends to faint, I am not very sure. Maybe there's something horrible there.
There is. I lost two men to that shithole.
Oh, wow. Sounds dangerous.
I'm gonna ask you to roll a perception check, please.
Perception.
All you guys.
Perception.
Perception.
All of us?
Yes.
Okay.
11.
I would imagine it's PER.
Okay, so
That's exactly what my perception is.
that's a pass for me too.
It's a pass. One.
Pass for everyone. Okay. Okay. As Idrikos is talking to you, explaining the basic fundamentals of what's going on in the Black Ways, so fundamentals that you could invest in the skill of hidden lores, specialize into that region if you care to.
Mm-hmm.
But as he speaks those words, you can see behind him a liquid dripping from somewhere, like rain, and it's like viscous liquid falling, and suddenly the liquid start to fall on his shoulder. And you three, the first thing you experience is the smell of this liquid. It smell like very strong, like musk, like an animal sweating or urine maybe, and it start to drip on Hydrico's shoulder and splashing into the ground. And then you hear an echoes of laughter, like men's laughing, having a good time.
Oh, no. I think I know what just. Okay, so I just look out. There's something liquid.
I just sort of back away from the.
Hydricos.
You all hear a metallic sound, and you look at the chain that is nearby. The chain is starting to get looser and looser and looser.
At that point, I run for cover because there's a big chain coming down. Run!
I follow his lead and run behind him.
Oh!
You basically see a giant wheel made out of steel with some gears exploding in different
Falling.
debris, and several tons of iron is falling in your direction and gaining so much speed.
That's good.
You have a short moment to run, and then stuff start to fall next to you in a big crash, and you will each roll me a dodge roll.
All right.
As I check to your, so it's 3d6 against your dodge score.
Damn you, GM!
Damn you, GM!
And I think I only have 9 on that, so.
Read the vintage. Where's my fucking dodge?
I keep rolling high.
Yeah.
See.
That's what that. Keep that for the damage.
Dodge 8.
Yes.
Okay, well. So I fail.
All right. So it's probably a miracle.
Ugh.
I look at your numbers. Most of you didn't dodge, but I had to make an attack roll, so it was not automatic. It was not an auto hit or kind of.
Well, if I can absorb some of the falling debris with my shield, I'll try.
But for at least 5 seconds, 5 turns, tons and tons of steel and chain and
Rocks.
debris and rock fall onto you and next to you, and you receive smaller debris and dust into the face, and as you try to run, and you see suddenly, you hear like Hefmira fall into the ground and disappear into a puff of a cloud of debris and metal twisting, and after 10 seconds, the booming in the cavern, you just start to hear the echoes of the crash.
That's
now
not good.
And there is chaos everywhere. It's dusty and Fred, I'm gonna ask you to roll a dexterity check just to see what happened to your lantern.
Bastard. Bill, 10.
Okay, so you have still a point of light.
So the light I put under their shield and make a
The first
ball.
thing you see is Agim to your right, and he's rising to his feet, and he seems fine.
Okay. Where's the woman?
Hefmira!
Let me see what I would do. I was thinking about. I was going to somehow maybe use the earth to sort of stop the debris, but since I didn't have enough time, what I might do now is try to just create some wind. Just sort of move the wind so I can blow the dust away, always so I can see
Okay.
Okay, is this a spell you're casting?
Yeah, I'm just going to cast wind.
Okay. So you rise to
Or
your feet.
purify air, which either one.
You rise to your feet after the fall, and you have a pain in your chest.
Mm.
But you're rising to your feet and you start concentrating on your spell. So roll me your spell.
Okay.
What's gonna be? Wind something.
Yeah, I think it's either purify air or wind. Just so I can get the dust kind of away. And that's a 6, and that spell is a 13.
That's a very good roll. So let's go with the wind, maybe. Wind or
okay.
yeah.
Wind.
Okay. Okay. You see with the light of Eidrico's lantern, like a twister, a small twister of dust, and suddenly the twister goes large and large and large, and the center of it, it's pure air or air without dust. And you see Ephmira standing there, and on her upper body here, maybe, or Brendan could choose a spot on the torso section.
Yeah,
there,
probably.
you see her cloth or your armor getting soaked a little bit in blood as she received 4 crushing damage to the torso. Probably like a bolt, a small iron bolt, but with enough speed it became almost like a bullet.
Damn it. Are you fine?
Is it still like embedded in like it's still stuck in there?
A little bit.
Alright.
We can't stay here. We have to move. The noise would have attracted many things.
And the smell too. The smell too.
Yes.
I just sort of try to like recover myself after casting this spell, and then I sort of look down where I feel the pain from, and I look towards my torso, and there's this giant, sort of thing and bleeding, sticking, and I'm just like, oh.
Don't look at it.
Now Ephmira will roll the unreliability numbers of her wild magic, 11 or less.
Alright. Cool. Oh, whoops. Oh, can I do that again?
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. 3 dice. That is not good. So as I'm like looking down at it, I'm like, I just lose complete focus. Like I just go nuts.
Yeah.
What in the hell?
So you see the small vortex of wind that she created cleared the air for a moment, but then the dusty air just rushed back to her, and she slapped to the ground, and you can see her hair going to the air like that as she go down on her back like a giant slap to the face, but the whole body snap, and she go back to the ground.
A bit wide eyes, I turn to the lizard man and is this normal?
So basically, you lost
the magic.
Magic.
Could you repeat that? I didn't catch.
Yeah, basically you just spend your fatigue, but the spell didn't work.
Okay.
So it went like a dud.
Mm-hmm.
So the hair is still dusty and worse than before.
Great.
Well, a bit bent, I go into the dust where I presume she landed.
Yeah, you find her quite easily.
Okay.
She's messed up a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna go see if I can use some first aid on that wound.
Yeah, you can roll a first aid.
Ironically, the killers have her first aid and the others don't.
Of course, they learn the ways of healing in the arena.
Once again, I rolled high.
Is this no? It's not.
Yeah, it's 1 point past my first aid.
1 point. Okay. So it's not so bad. It's not a big failure or something. You cover her wound, make sure it doesn't spread, but it doesn't give her back hit points or something.
All right.
Can you carry her? We need to move.
Are you able to walk, Ephemera?
I try to stand. Assuming I don't need to make a roll, I think I would be, I would limp a bit, but I would be able to walk. Yes.
Good.
Sorry,
You receive
yes.
4. Okay, 4. If you had received 6 point of damage in one shot, like this time, it would have been considered a major wound. But so it's slightly under that.
It's
So
not.
so it's a big bruise, a big cut,
Mm,
but you still can walk and do. You can still continue your adventure.
right.
Sometimes grimacing, like in pain, a little bit.
Let's move for now. We can't stay here. We made too much noise.
All right. I try to recover my lantern and follow them as quickly as I can.
As soon as we start moving off, my eyes just open real wide. And, Hasid! And I run over, see if my camel has fallen down to his death with the gears.
I don't think they threw him down here. I think they're gonna sell him.
Ah, you think they threw it down here? I thought
No, but-
perhaps the mechanism collapsed
Oh
because
no,
of
it didn't.
age.
I could
Well.
bet.
Well, as you thought about the right stuff the Lanterners could do, Hydrakos, you raise your lantern to have a good look of the scene, and you in fact see a camel.
Oh,
In the wreckage?
In the wreckage, impaled on some piece
Oh
of
my God.
camel.
I rush over to his side and just grab his head.
The creature is probably went as it touched the ground. It's no longer alive. Its shock should have been so brutal.
I put my head on his neck, holding his head, and I just start to make this sound that sounds sort of like weeping.
Excellent. Excellent.
My friend!
I look to Elfmira. We need to go.
Yes.
This much blood will draw the things here.
Let's hurry. And I sort of I follow you with my lantern ahead of me.
I just put a big fist on his shoulder and say, "We must go."
Someone will pay in blood for this!
And I
I'll make
stand
sure
up.
of it.
I pull out my weapons, and my nictating membranes just close back and forth, clearing the dust out of my eyes. And I walk along.
So you find a corridor that seems appropriate, and I will roll secretly. Idekos,
Area Northern.
yeah.
11.
So there is a. If they still want to go to the Cathedral of Light, this place that you went the other days, maybe 2 weeks ago. Let's say this direction looks okay to you, so you find a corridor and you go into that way.
And we'll go a faster pace to get as far away as the possible as the.
Cover some distance.
Yeah, because now there's a big noise and there's meat on the ground and blood, so it's gonna.
And strangely, as you cover the distance, you can hear echoes up there of men laughing their ass off.
You mean dead man?
I mean dead men, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They don't know it yet. That's
But
just
they're-
the thing. They
It's
don't
coming.
know it yet.
It's coming.
It's coming. So
Yeah.
uh,
So all
so you
business-
make some distance for
Yeah.
maybe an hour.
Yeah.
Then you have a more naturally after an hour you have a more natural pace. You're walking instead of walking briskly
Yeah.
or running. So you're just walking and walking and walking. So after an hour or so, you're still pretty sure about the direction that you are taking into the Black Ways. Are you doing anything special, or you're just
Well, for a few minutes, we'll stop to check on if Mira, her wounds are more serious than they seem.
yeah?
Blood is never good to as
Oh.
it give us.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
I will be fine. I will be fine. Just don't worry about me. We must find Isato.
I'm not worried about you. I'm just more worried about the blood scent you have on you. So I just take some water and start to at least wash some of the wound so there's less blood on her.
All right.
And this odor, the musky odor.
Yeah.
Every time Eidrekos turn a little bit too fast, you can smell this odor coming from him, like, ew, not a very good odor,
Do I smell it?
Oh yeah, you smell it.
I'm gonna need some water.
You've been marked.
Yeah. Piss ant. I'm gonna kill her. Yeah. I'm finding the colorful ways to kill now.
After another 5 hours, your walk start to get sluggish a little bit.
Okay.
Mainly in part because of Efmira,
Yeah.
who maybe doesn't have the same constitution as you guys.
Okay.
I mean, oh no, she's pretty. She's pretty.
She's pretty wild.
Yeah, she's pretty okay. And Agim have a 12-2. Okay, so you advance, but after 6 hours of
Yeah.
marching into the Black Ways, you start to feel a little bit sluggish.
Okay.
We will test your individual health just to see fatigue-wise where you're at. So roll your HD stat just to see.
So what's the general temperature down here? Is it cold or is it still warm?
It's pretty cold actually.
Oh, that's worse for me. I'm only.
Not freezing cold. I would say
Humid. Not humid, but
not humid. A little bit. Yeah, a little bit humid and a little bit cold, but not so much on your threshold or your reptilian threshold.
12
Okay.
plus 4. So I failed by 4.
You failed by
by 1.
4. Okay.
I failed by
What was-
1.
What was I rolling against?
Your
Health.
HT stat.
My HC is
HT.
12.
Does
I failed by 2.
Failed by 2. Okay.
does fit go in there?
The amount by which you failed, 4, a 1, and a 2, this is your number of fatigue point you lost because of traveling. So it tells you if your character is fatigued or not.
Question?
Oui.
Does fit stacked in there or somewhere?
Yes. If you have the fit advantage, it gives you +1 on your HD roll for fatigue.
And I'm
So
fine.
So you're fine. You're not fatigued. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just 6 hours of marching
Okay.
into atrocious conditions. This is nothing.
But I'll still look at my traveling companions and see if
Yeah.
they're wary or
The Minari seem a little bit sluggish. Agim seems pretty good, I would say.
let's say for the sake of the injured party, we'll stop in a outgrowth of rocks
Okay.
to bite on some dry rations.
So Edrekos find you guys a nice place to just to relax and rest a little bit. If there is any attack, there will be only 1 point of attack. Just in front of you and maybe above you, but
Yeah.
it's the best you can do in this situation. What are you planning to do after a rest? Are you how much long do you want to rest?
I wouldn't say we shouldn't rest for very long, because if there are things that are coming after us, we should take a quick rest, but then keep moving.
Is
Okay.
1 hour good for you, or
That would be fine.
rest?
Hour or two, yeah. Hour or two sounds good.
Okay, since it's not a normal day for each you guys, Efmira and Hagim will roll HT again, and on a success you will regain 1 fatigue point for the rest.
Okay.
Eating a little bit, and
12,
drinking.
so
And I'll keep watch, looking into the darkness.
that is at my health, so I pass.
Okay, so
Nice.
add 1 fatigue to your pool. So
Okay, that I rolled under mine.
okay, another point 2. So the 1 hour rest was enough to lift your spirit a little bit to regain your energy. So you just continue after that.
Yeah. If I remember clearly, there was a rope bridge we had to cross to get there, I think.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So I'm trying to find
Back the rope bridge.
yes, signs or markings that would we make as we explore the waste for lanterneers, the marks that it can help us, or a stone that glow when the lantern is closer, or some, I don't know if we have that or something, some type of marking that we make.
Okay. So after 3 hours of marching again, now we're looking at a 9-hour exploration into the darkness. You had to change the oil into your lantern several times, and you start to be short on oil a little bit, quite frankly. Soon you will have to burn
Torches.
clothes and torch. You are...
Well, at this point, Seb, to save oil, we'll just use one to maximize our use of oil.
Okay.
Then,
So you come along a long corridor that is all stone, of course, maybe except the floor that is ground, sand, or earth. And you notice that in front of you, the floor is getting muddy a little bit.
okay.
You see small pools of muddy waters and dripping waters from the stone walls. Approximately 10 yards from you, the section of the corridors looks very, very warped and fragile in a sense. You know, brittle rock. As you see where water dripping and flowing on the walls. There is huge crack on each side of the corridor. It's nearly like if you had a big hammer and went one big shot into the crack, you would not be sure if the entire corridor would just
Flood.
or be destroyed by its own weight.
This is new.
And it's definitely not a rope bridge like the last time.
No, it's not.
After 9 hours, you can definitely declare that you have You are currently in an unknown section of the
Yeah.
Black Ways that you don't know about.
Damn it.
Is
It's
there a
not-
problem?
We have been walking for so long. Are you sure that? Are you sure that? Where are we going?
I take a few minutes to answer, and just turning my head on the side and looking back at them and say, "I be truthful, I don't know myself.
What?
Oh no.
This wasn't here last time, and I'm sure I took the right path. There was no water or cave here, but a bridge and with ropes.
Bridge.
Are you sure that we've gone the right way?
I'm pretty sure that the signs and the marking were similar. And going back would be a waste of time since we gone forward.
We might as well continue ahead. See if we can find another path.
I will trust your instincts in these regards, as I know nothing of this place.
Ephemera,
Hmm?
do you have any way to locate your friend or something that can help us find her?
Oh, wow. I'm thinking myself. I do not have a way to find her, but you said you were looking for a pyramid.
An upside-down pyramid, yes.
Do you remember what it was made of? The
Uh,
elements.
Well, it was black stone, but
Black stone.
what it was made of, I wasn't sure. It was dark, so it could have been obsidian for all I know, but I'm not sure.
Yes, I think I can help with that then. And I just sort of stare into the pools of mud. Yes. I can call out to this black stone, and I will find it.
You can talk to stone? Well, okay. Sam?
Yep. Sorry, I missed something.
Well, I was asking if Mira if there was any way that she could track or follow her friend, but
Mm-hmm.
she talked to me about what was the pyramid I was talking about made of. I said
Okay.
it was made of black stone, to my recall, I think.
Yeah.
Obsidian or something like that. And
Yeah, it was a stone that was perfectly slick and almost made that way. It was not the same rock of the environment. It was like an object that was placed there.
Yes, I could definitely do that.
Okay. Your ability is as good as we can use now, so
There's a penalty for distance, but if I specifically say that I am looking for obsidian, it should be very easy for me to find.
especially if it has a shape. So
If I'm singling out one particular type of rock, I can figure out where it is. So that might help us get back on track. That would be, I need for Seek Earth, there's a penalty for distance, but Seek, that's a 13, so let me roll.
Yeah, let me help you a little bit. So since it's an information spell, the penalty for distance is very, very large. So for example, for 1 mile, it's a -2. For
Okay.
half a mile, it's a -1. And if you want to go higher than that, like 3 miles, it's a -3. And you can really you can go very far with the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's an information, it's not like a blast or something.
Right. So I'll roll, and then any penalties.
Yeah. Do you want to set a range?
Oh, I wasn't really thinking about setting a range. I was just trying
Okay.
to find a general direction. But either way, I have completely failed.
Okay, that's a 9. That's a 50. Okay, it's not a crit fail, but I have to. Okay, so it's a failure. Okay. So the spell don't go off. Just don't go off,
Mm-hmm.
and you for a moment you don't have a clue. You can step back a little bit, take deep breath, and maybe try again after a couple of minutes.
Right.
Seb,
Takes
Yep.
about 10 seconds. So it's
is the water? I'll come close to water and
Yeah.
taste it. Let's see if it's.
It tastes fresh and not salty. You know, it's
Okay.
fresh water.
So it's either sips from a underground source or a river or something.
Yeah, you could make a IQ roll, maybe tasting the water.
Okay. But it tastes like water.
Yeah, it's pretty refreshing actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty good water.
Well, I'll take a couple of handful of that water on myself to
Trying to wash away your
wash away some of the smell.
shoulder pad or.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to try to close my eyes, and because before I did my eyes open, so now I'm just trying to close my eyes and really sort of speak to the stone, seek out this obsidian.
Okay.
Boop. Alright, so that's an 8, and I have 13. So that should be good enough. And I'm sort of, what I'm doing is I'm holding out my staff, sort of like a divining rod, and I'm like holding it tightly and trying to speak to the stone and asking it basically where it is, so the rod will point in the direction.
All right. Roll a activation check for your wild magic. 11 or less is good.
Okay. Not good.
Okay. You start to hear voices in your head. Like if 6 people were speaking to you at the same time.
Ooh.
Earthly voice, deep voice, ancient voice. And one of them goes above the other and says, "What give you the right to talk to us? You don't have the right.
I have the right.
You're just a child, using forces of the universe you don't understand.
No, I can do it.
Be gone!" And they like this. They disconnect you from magic, and you're like, whoa! You're stunned for a second. You're like confused for just a moment, and then the voices disappear.
I imagine at the look of your face that something went wrong.
Oh, more than that.
Oh,
You can see that there is several floating stones around her, and her hair are like as if she were inversed, you know,
You know,
like the gravity was inversed. Her hair is floating in the air like that,
yeah.
like a Medusa.
And they're sort of like tails, so they're like.
Again, I'm looking at
Exactly.
the lizard man.
I do not like this place. I really don't.
I told you wouldn't tempt me.
I have seen many strange things, but this is one of the strangest.
And suddenly the rock and the stones just go boom and fall back, and her hair flown back to her shoulders.
So, do you know the way, or She froze it.
Yeah, maybe she's frozen. Yeah, her character is stunned. Like,
In time.
yeah, she have some difficulty to return to her normal self.
Ah, damn it. I'll try to give an area knowledge set to try and if this pull
I'm
of
gonna roll. I'm
water
gonna roll it for you since it's
Yeah.
a secret roll.
to see if this is I know this place or
You're pretty confident that even if you walk 9 hours, at one point you hope to find another tunnel that will reach the same because you know that row bridge. It goes over a large crack,
Right,
a large
Canyon.
chasm,
Yeah.
and you hope to find this large crack by continuing into the same direction.
Okay. So we need to cross this pool of water, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
you basically have to continue your road.
Are there stalactites on the ceiling?
Well, the ceilings seem too fragile to have those.
Oh, okay. That's good.
There is crack on the ceiling that are menacing, but no
nothing
stalactite,
Okay.
no formation that would indicate maybe a
Grappling.
a grappler's community.
Okay. Well, going to the water, is it ankle deep, knee deep, or
I would say ankle deep.
ankle deep? Okay.
The small pool of water are muddy at first, and then it's clear water.
Okay.
And maybe you have maybe
For your human.
maybe a foot in depth, maybe 10 yards from your position.
So we will continue forward, my friends.
We have little else that we can do.
Elfmira, are we still with us, or
I will be fine.
you don't look fine?
Okay,
just
I'm gonna screen share a little something. So you're basically in a section here where there is you can see the crack, all right, on the map. Yeah.
Yeah, stress mark. Yeah.
So you just pass this direction and you continue your ways. You arrive in another like room-like place where to your right there is a corridor that is nearly almost blocked by rocks and debris, and so in front of you you have another like a big pillar in the middle of the room, and a large pool of muddy water.
Okay.
But of course there is in 9 hours of walking into the Black Ways you have seen all kind of rock formation, so you don't really pay attention to it, and you just continue your road, unless you want to do something, of course. Then there is this dead end, this like small cavern with nothing in it. So you proceed to your left, and this is where it's getting interesting, because in this room you see a big pile of debris that is neatly organized in the northern corner of the room. But most importantly, in the middle of the room, there is 2 rows of perfectly aligned candles that are shining brightly into the darkness. Warmly, I would say, even. After so many hours in the dark, it's such a pleasant sight to see.
Yes, and
Burning candle.
I kind of freeze at the entrance and look warily from side to side because you don't normally see this.
Especially you don't see a figure standing inside the candle formation.
Hmm.
Fuck.
It's a female figure.
Oh.
She is green of skin.
What?
Does
She-
this seem like strange to me? Like these candles, the way they're sort of arranged?
If it looks strange to you, I mean, after 9 hours in the black ways, and yes, it's kind of strange to see that.
Hmm.
Maybe. Okay. Tell you what, everyone roll perception. Perception.
So that's 50. So failure.
Failure, right?
Yeah, I failed by 1.
Okay.
Got it. Failed by 1.
Failed by 1 too. Okay. So this female figure, she's unnaturally or strangely appealing, but she's not human. She's green of skin, and she's wearing a leather dress that is skin tight, black leather.
Okay.
And she turned a little bit, and you kind of see her face a little bit. You figure by the light of the candles, that the pile of debris near her is in fact a pile of skulls.
Ooh.
Skulls and bones of humanoids.
This does not look good.
Hmm.
So on this revelation, I'm gonna ask you to roll a fright check.
All right.
So you're gonna take your will. For example, if Mira is a 13,
Mm-hmm.
Agim is also it's a 10.
Okay.
And Adrekos, I think you have you're fearless, so
I am
it's
not afraid of this.
it's 13.
Okay.
Okay, so I passed mine by 2.
Flying
Okay.
colors for me.
Okay.
I've seen shipment.
So Efmira, it's a little different for you.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm sure you were expecting it. So since the Spire of Skull could be linked to the undead or necromancy,
Mm-hmm.
you successfully control your phobia. But for the remainder of the encounter, until something change in the scene, you are -1 to everything basically: Dex, perception, IQ, and skills, and spells.
Mm-hmm.
Because if this pile of remain would move even a little bit, you would have to roll again your phobia and maybe run screaming. And
Of course.
okay, so you're in perfect control, but you're still shaken.
Yeah, I'm a
These
bit
are freaking
on
human
edge.
skulls.
Yeah, these aren't good. I don't like these.
There may be 1,000 of them. So a lot of things have happened here.
I actually want to like speak into the darkness if I can see these bones sort of piled around. And I'm
Yes.
Why do you gather these bones? Who are you?
Oh, it screams out.
Okay, I'm gonna show you a little bit more the creature that is
Because I'm sort of
standing.
holding my lantern out and I'm looking.
Yes, it's you project light on her and make it more clear to see. to see her a little bit.
Whoa!
By the ancients.
So she has these. Yeah, go ahead.
Is this one of the tentacle heads you speak of?
Said, depending on the description you give me, I would say no, but is that it?
You are right. You've never seen a creature like that.
No, I've never seen her kind before. We've gone a bit more deep than I guessed. This is new for me too. And I've been here 30 years.
So, as Hefmira cast light on this creature, she turned around a little bit, and she have this smirk on his face, on her face. It's been a while since any lantern bearers made it so far into my domain. I have to congratulate you on your effort. My name is Negura. Some call me the Shade Mistress, as time left me here to rot as the Queen of the Under Canyon, a relic of the past and a shadow of your impending future as I prepare my return from the shadows.
What is this that she speaks of, Efmira?
I am not sure. Have you seen a winged woman around here?
I have indeed.
Oh, good. Maybe she.
My sight sometime detached from my flesh,
Oh, I see.
and I can see things. For example, I see people that you call Sevarian conspire against you, creating this story about your friend coming here from the above, paying good gold and silver to make the story credible. You have been set up, I fear.
I am not sure I believe that, but I'm just sort of thinking. But to trust the sight of another seer, I'm just sort of debating in my mind.
She turned a little bit and talked to herself almost, and continued a little bit. Yeah, the female looked promising. I can smell the magic in her blood. It's really quite tasty. The giant, of course, is no use to me, but I respect his kind. I should be reminded of that. And the lizard probably cannot remember the pact we have between our race. It goes way back 2,000 years ago, so he doesn't probably remember. But maybe inside his mind, his ancestry will talk to him. I would gladly use him as my loyal henchman.
You know you are speaking out loud, don't you?
Yes. Why shouldn't I? I have nothing to hide.
Who are you speaking to?
I am speaking to everything. The rock, the spirit that you cannot see.
See?
The flesh heater that are on the ceilings.
She
And
can speak to everything too.
Yes.
That's not a
I
good
could
thing.
I could teach you, my daughter. I could teach you power you cannot imagine. For I was the queen of the above before everything's went down.
Well, I am not seeking power. I am only seeking my friend.
Are you sure? And now give me a check against your curiosity.
Yes, that is.
Another one who has that.
All right.
You have a self-control of 12, so you're pretty good.
Yes.
All right. It's good. It's good.
I'm just sort of.
You're not so curious.
Seb, I speak on a gravel tone. Are you the Dark Master? Or is that
I am the mistress of this domain, yes. The Dark Mistress, if you will.
Well, that's going to be a first one.
I get the impression that this is not a good person.
No.
You know what? Do I have anything like that?
What is this concept of good you are talking about?
I have seen what is good and what is bad. I have seen those who would use others to their own harm, who would hurt others and cause others pain and death and misery, and you reek of this.
I just sort of stamp my staff into the ground. If you know where Izado is, you will tell me, or I will show you the fury of my power.
She looks very calm, surrounded by sweet candles. And she says, I can tell you where she is, easily. Just ask.
Where is Izado?
Let me have a moment. She is currently in a place that you call the Overwatch.
And I turn to the giant man. Do you know of this place?
That's the fort at the door.
That's the people who make their job of patrolling my domain and killing my children. They prevent me, or they think they can prevent me to go back to the surface. But they should know better. I cannot go there until the curse is broken.
There is a curse upon you.
Yes, the iron door is just a token. It's just a symbol. I can go out of here any moment now. But the curse must be broken before. You should know that. Everyone knows what happened here a long time ago.
Maybe too long ago. Time forgets.
It was a time of savagery where the stone men were just primitive creation. We had to put them into slaves, to use them as labor, as builder, to control their savagery. I'm sure now they are still savage in a way, pushing camels into the void.
I do not know this, what she speaks of, but it does not sound wholesome. It does not sound good. It does not sound right.
I have seen stone men who are savage, but I have also seen stone men that have very brave hearts, are very intelligent.
Do not fear, my child. Once I'll get back into the stone throne, I will replace the stone men and put them into their place, like the slave they were. And they will beg.
I'm just trying to hold my ground at this moment.
It
And
is
I'm-
settled, then. It is settled. I will take the female. I need a new companion, and I will teach you good magic. Dark magic, probably. You have the potential to it. The rest of you may go. I will take great care of her.
You will not take her against her will.
Dark magic is a stain upon this world, a stain upon nature.
You
who
are
practice it.
already tainted, my child, because this is not the ways of magic you practice.
Mhm.
It is very dangerous what you are doing. But still, you're alive. It's fascinating.
So I still my gaze fixed on this thing. I peek to the ceiling or the surrounding.
To the ceiling, you can see 5 goblin-like small creature, white of skin, no hair, no fur, no,
Okay.
completely bald, peeking into the darkness, waiting for a signal to jump on you guys,
Enough of this.
licking their lips
Bang.
in anticipation of the meat.
I know what I needed to come here for, and now apparently
We just need to go.
this was all some kind of trick. I am going to take my leave.
Oh, what makes you think you have this right?
She has the right to do as she pleases, for her life is her own.
I just sort of nod.
She just do a little nod in response, and the 5 flesh eater leave the ceiling and fall next to her and start to go on 4 and start to run like dogs
As
in
they
your
fall,
direction.
as
And
they
she
fall,
said,
a
with a
spear
thundering
goes.
voice, "So be it! Eat them all! They are useless, like the others."
I pull out my mace in one hand and just whip my claws in the other hand, and I crouch into a low stance and just hiss at them with my teeth bared.
Excellent.
I just sort of move my staff forward.
And
So
while
in the scheme of things, Efmira is the first to act.
Mm.
So what
Then,
would you like to do?
what is like on my feet? Can I
On
feel?
your feet,
Yeah, like what can I feel underneath me? What's the
underneath
ground?
your feet. Okay, you have solid ground. You have maybe a small stone, sometimes bigger stone too.
Mhm.
Most of it is like loose a little bit.
Mhm.
So you could use it magically to transform it, or
Yeah. I think. Well, to start out, I'm just going to stamp my staff into the ground and sort of make some sort of like projectile
okay.
like fly up towards my staff and then shoot it forward towards one of the goblin like the flesh eaters.
Okay. So roll me a. It's stone missile or?
Yes.
Okay, stone missile. I think you can do it 1 point or.
So 15. Okay. Well, not getting off to a good start here.
Okay.
So I fail by 2.
Like the lizardman would say.
Okay, as you stomp your fist on, not your fist, but your staff on the ground, you provoked magically a little quake in the area, and that makes a skull on the pile just move a little bit, and you lose your focus just a moment. You thought it was an undead coming out of the pile, so it was like, oh no. So yeah, roll me your phobia again.
All right. I like that. 2, 3, and roll. That is that is over by. I have a 9, so that's 14.
You missed by
5.
You missed by 5. Okay, I'm gonna roll on the fright check table.
Okay.
9, 10, 11. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, you're officially stunned for 8 seconds.
Okay.
You really in your head for 8 seconds. There's like a skeleton rising from the pile. It's about to come. It's about to rise. Just there. It's about to, but it's just the skull moving a little bit, and and you're like stunned. You're like, oh my god, it's happening! There will be an army of undead soon.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay, next in line is Hakim.
Okay, I just spring at the closest one and just try to bring my mace straight down on top of its head.
Okay, the one in front of you is like one eye. You have a giant eyes, and the other one is missing. There's nothing. So he's like one little cyclops, and that distinguishes him from the rest. He's coming at you, and you can see him drooling on the floor, and you step forward and you bring the mace down. So yeah, roll your attack. I'm gonna roll him a dodge, of course.
I rolled 8.
You roll 8, excellent. So I'm just gonna check their dodge score is a 8. So I'm gonna roll it using. Oh my God! You evade your
Okay.
your mace, and she probably go down into the earth and smacking some rocks into. And the little creature just do a sidestep on the side, and he tried to bite your arms, your weapon arm. So would you like to maybe parry or dodge this attack?
Yeah, I'll parry.
Yeah. Right, I'm gonna roll its attack. Clear. 1, 2, 3, and roll. So it's a success unless you.
I rolled a 6 on my parry.
Oh, looks good. Looks good.
Yeah.
How does it look? You block. You defend.
Okay, so I strike down at the ground just as that one is coming at me, and he jumps out of the way, and this one comes biting at my arm, and in an upward swing, I just bring it right up as it comes lunging at me, and its teeth and its claws just land right on my mace.
All right.
My mace.
Excellent. Fred, your turn.
As I stay close to Elfmira, my arm cranks up like a whip, and one spear goes zipping in the pile of creature. So
You throw a spear.
yeah.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, roll. Success.
Please protect me from the undead.
What? Damn it.
Okay, so the spear you threw past above him. They are so small. They are like little devilish child.
Well, it goes at the end of the room.
Yeah. So him and one another, two of them that just jump over you, Hydricos. They just jump over you.
I raise my shield to block their.
Okay, I'm gonna roll 2 attack rolls against you. First one is a miss, so I guess the shield was a good idea. And the other one is it's a good attack.
And I miss.
And you miss? Alright. So this one goes under your shield, and it bites you like under the arm where your armor is slightly open. Your armor will still count against this attack. So yeah, it will probably do nothing. Yeah, it does 1 cutting, and you have some armor. I guess. Yeah. Okay, so he bite basically a chunk of your armor while you block the other with.
He's still there, or?
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay.
And you're fighting with two little creature. Agim is fighting 1 creature, and there is 2 that are circling around, looking for an opportunity to charge on Ephmera. But since you're both imposing character, they're still looking for an opening. Yeah. So we return to Ephmera, who is completely stunned for another while, and we're going back to Agim.
Okay, so this one that just lunged at me and has his teeth on the shaft of my mace, I'm just going to try to pick him up and smash my mace head right down on his head.
Excellent. I would count that as a wrestling move, but you could use your mace skill too if you want.
Well, I was thinking he was just picking him up with him hanging off of the mace, and he's just going to try to smash him down.
Yeah. Oh, you do have a wrestling if you would like to use it.
Okay.
Seems like a pile driver-esque maneuver.
Okay. 10-13. Okay, that's over my wrestling.
Okay, it's over by 1?
Yeah, by 1 point.
Okay. Okay, the little devil is just he just opened his mouth before you did the move, so he's just at the same spot in front of you, trying to bite your knees, and your mace went the other way. So he just timing wise did this. So he will try to slash you with his claws. They have like surprisingly large claws for creatures of these size. And
I'll try to parry.
12. Is it gonna make it? Yeah, a 12 is good.
Okay, I parried with a 6.
Parry with a 6. Okay. So as you parried, you have a little a closer look of this creature. They're like little devil creature thing with large ears and an appetite. They can eat their body weight in meat in a day. They're savages. So yeah. So Fred, you have 2 on your back.
So I've got one that's bitten my forearm, so I just raise my arm and swing my arm under it to crush its body. So.
Okay, add +1 to your attack. It's kind of sneaky. Okay. So add 1 to your attack.
So I'll go with my brawling. 12, 13. Roll. Success.
It's a success. You can roll for damage. You didn't see that one coming.
Nope. So bladed fist would be
bladed fist. You hit with your fist and not your weapon.
No, just my fist.
Just your fist. Okay. Since you have glove, roll me your thrust.
Thrust. Where's my thrust? Damage. Where's my damage? Damage.
Your thrust is 1 die +2.
+2.
Yeah.
Roll. 3.
3.
3.
Right. Okay. 3.
So I kind of cut off his breath.
Okay. Basically, you knock him out.
Okay.
They're no, they don't get to eat often, so no. they're aggressive but not very healthy. So you punched him out and he's on the ground, knocked out for the moment. Still moving, but he's out of it.
So I push him away and turn to the second one. So.
Okay. So the other one will still attack you with a 9. So he comes at you with his claws this time, trying to find a way underneath your shield. Maybe trying to slash your legs.
Nope, the shield wins.
The shield wins! So you plant the shield on the ground and you hear a scratching noise on the shield. Okay, so you're wrestling these guys for another long while, and both of you start to fall back on Ephmira to protect her on both sides, and each time a flesh eater try to pass by you, you either kick him or block him with your weapon, and you really do a great job of blocking and protecting Ephmira for at least 10 seconds. After a while, we're dropping back into combat mode. Ephmira will roll to snap out of it.
Okay.
Because she's still expecting a giant skeleton army to rise from the pile. So it's yeah, you did it. So Brandon, you can act this turn.
And once I realize that these things are attacking, they're not skeletons. I can fight them.
Yeah.
I will fight them. I'm just trying to look around to sort of get an idea of what's going on once I sort of snap out of it. Like I start like looking and I get an idea for what's going on around me, and I hear the screeching and the scratching of these claws and these creatures, and I'm sort of looking around with my lantern, and I sort of spot one that's sort of like attacking one of my friends. So yes. I stamp my staff down and try to fling a rock towards it.
Spell-like or just with the staff?
Oh, just spell.
Spell, okay. Go ahead. You have to roll to make the spell properly and the activation for your wild magic, since it's so touchy.
So that is 9, which gets the spell off.
Yep.
And then wild magic. That's
okay.
10.
So
Yes.
the stone is flying. So yeah, all right. I'm gonna give him a penalty since he's busy with your friends. And no, it doesn't make it with the penalty. Yeah, it's a low roll, but with the penalty, you received the stone in the torso area. Maybe you could roll. You spend how many points on this spell? 1?
I'll spend 2 because I can spend up to 2.
2. Okay, so it's a 2 dice of crushing damage.
Oh.
And this is bad for those guys.
9.
9. Okay, he went like 2 yards away, like, and he was supposed to be crushed by Eidreko's next hit. So the Titan is surprised to see his target just fly away 2 yards and crash on the ground. So I will write him off the equation. Okay, now it's a game.
Okay, what does an all-out attack give me?
Okay, an all-out attack, basically you let go of your capacity for defense, dodge, parry. You let go of that, and then you can either make 2 attacks, or you can do a really strong attack, like +4 damage, or you can convert that to a bonus to accuracy.
Okay, I'm gonna go into an all-out attack, and I'm gonna just really focus on hitting this thing.
All right.
So I just reach out and grab it by the shirt or by the scruff of its neck, and I just raise my mace over its head, over my head, Well, 13. What's the bonus that I get for accuracy?
The bonus for the all-out attack. Just give me a second. It's like I think it's a +2.
+2. Okay, so
I'll
that'll
just
put
make yeah. You
that'll
can
put
roll.
it-
I will make sure of it. In the meantime, all-out attack determine. It's no, it's a +4 to it.
Okay, so that puts it well under my
Yeah.
strike range, my strike number.
Yeah, and
So I just reach
okay.
and I just come smashing down with the mace right on top of his head.
Okay. So I'm gonna give him a slight penalty on his defense. He will try to dodge. He's at 7 now. So
Okay.
that's, no 6. Sorry. So let's roll. Oh my God, no!
That's 13 damage.
13 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gone. How does it look?
His mace just comes smashing down on his head, and his head splatters into pieces. Just blood and gore just splatter all over the place, and is dripping off of his mace.
One swift motion. Okay. And Eidrikos,
Yes.
there seems to have just one flesh eater left. You dispatched some a while back with Hagim, so there seems to be just one of them now, and he's in front of you.
Taking the lead, I take my spear and do a all-out attack to make sure shish kebab.
Shish kebab. Do you want to do like a game, like a
Yeah.
determine all-out attack,
All out.
or do you want to go strong?
No, all out. Since
All
it's
out?
the last one, yeah.
Okay, +4 to it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
that's good. I'm going to give this last one a full defense since he's the last one.
Shitting in his pants.
So that's a 13. No, it's okay. You slice him.
No, I impale.
Yeah, you impale.
Yeah, spear. Damage was a spear. Was a fucking spear? Damage 1 die +2.
1 die +2.
Roll. That's 8 impaling.
8 impaling. So in GURPS, the impaling damage is multiplied by 2. So you did 16 points of damage. So what happened to him?
Well, as small he is, I pick him up and lift him up and throw him away. So,
And off he goes.
and off he goes on the wall. Shish kebab.
Shish kebab style. Okay. So you hear clapping noise like this. Very impressive.
Thank you.
I wonder how you will go against the hundreds of them coming your way.
You should leave.
I think so.
Since I respect your kind, high men, the offer still is on the table. You may leave. And you, lizard, you may still serve me. I will not account these lost for something serious.
We will leave now. And Mira will come with us.
Maybe she will try to leave, but a portion of her will always be there with me. And she look at Efmira and she casts something on her.
Oh no!
Well, if she does that, the spear goes. Oh, E.
Well, you see, she had a lot of time to prep
Yeah.
this. So as soon as she said that, it goes away. So Efmira will roll is it will or is it HT? Let me check my note a little bit.
All right.
Is it? Okay, it's a HT roll.
All right, I will roll. Woo! That's 4 plus 3, 7. My health is. Let me get. I believe it's like 10 or something like that. So I should pass. Oh, it's 12. Okay, so I pass. Yes, by 5.
By 5. Okay, I have it by 2. So you win by 3.
Yeah, good.
For a moment, you felt like your clothes, your hair, your skin was about to be painful, you know, like very sensitive.
Mm.
Like if somebody ripped the flesh of your body at once. But you focused on your magic, and the magic protected yourself, protected you. And she did like this, and then, curse you! Your talent is so unpredictable. I like it. I like you.
When
Come
she
to
thought-
see me later, little one. We will discuss further.
Your curses are meaningless. Worthless.
I would have said that I was thrown the spear as she left around, but
Oh, you want to go? Go
yeah,
ahead.
but as she was casting, I was going to throw my spear. So
To be honest, Agim can do something
Yeah.
before you do.
she was acting hostile for.
Well, I'm going into full defense. I'm trying to protect Ephemera.
Okay, all out defense.
And
Yeah.
I'll go all out offense. So I'll.
All out defense is the exact opposite. If somebody attack you, you can dodge and parry. You can do the both of them. Okay, so you're standing in front of her, and she's still surrounded by her candles, very peacefully, with her pile of
Spear.
skulls nearby.
Let's leave this place. Let's leave.
So success if she doesn't do anything with the spear.
Okay, you threw the spear?
Yeah.
All right. You threw the spear.
Kill the
Okay.
witch! Kill the witch!
Okay. Okay, let me just do a little quick thingy here.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Let me see if I can do that.
Okay, so you threw the spear with your strength,
Yeah.
and she calmly waited for the spear to arrive.
Ugh.
And when the spear was just in front of her, she lifted her finger like this, and she basically catch the spear. And you clearly saw the spear
Yeah, waver.
be nudged mid-air by some invisible force, and she just catch the spear, and now she used it as a stick.
Let's get out of here.
I actually have an idea.
Okay.
Right. So, can I like you said, could I do stuff in reverse, like cast spells in reverse, sort of thing?
What do you mean?
Like, because I have this ignite fire
Okay.
that would normally let me light a candle. Could I use it to put out the candles?
Oh, okay, you mean like the reverse of.
Yeah.
I think it's another spell, but you could use
Okay.
your ignite fire to do that.
Yeah. Okay. That's sort of what I want to do. I want to like make it dark so I can like escape. Or
Let's do this. Like add one extra point of fatigue on this.
Okay, so that would take the rest of my fatigue, I think. Because I'd be at 0 then. But
Do you have you have an energy reserve?
yeah, but I think I've used a lot. I've been counting it because
Okay.
I was tired, and then I used
Yeah, of
most
course.
of my reserve for that, and then I used so
But
I
you still can do it.
yeah, I'm still going to do it.
Because magic, once you're past in the negative of fatigue, you start losing HP instead.
I'm just trying to wave my staff like near the candles and try to like either try to make a distraction or just Well,
Okay.
probably my idea is to make them go out. That's kind of
Okay.
what I'm trying to do.
So roll your spell and then your activation for wild magic.
Woo! Oh!
Oh my god! It's a critical success!
Yay!
Okay, you don't roll for activation. This is a magical moment.
Okay.
Freebie.
Okay. For one moment, you fling your staff and you extinguish all the candle at once.
And then I'm just going to try to.
And then they ignite back again. But this time the light is different.
Oh.
The light is very bright and pure, like the sun. And being surrounded by it, you will roll 2 dice of damage because she starts to burn.
Ooh.
Screaming like, yeah! And she tried to run back to get out of the zone where the candle is.
So that's 3.
3. Okay, it's a 3, but it's bypassing every protection she can have. It's directly straight to her hit points. So she screams and she curses at you.
Now would be a good time.
Damn witch! Be damn!
I kind of whispered to the other. I did not mean to do that, but it worked.
Run, you fool! Run!
And I just sort of like I back away and I sort of turn around and I start running.
Okay. If you look quickly at the map, did you want to run past her, or do you want to go back and try to?
Well, going faster would be dangerous, I think. Or what do you think, guys?
Well, if there's a horde of them coming, she said all the
Yeah,
other.
she said they were headed. I'm not sure if
Okay.
they were coming from the south or the north, so they might.
Basically,
But
2
there's
directions.
a dead end. There's a dead end that way.
Do we know if they're coming behind us, Seb, or? I mean.
You have no clue.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know.
Okay, Fred.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you to roll in the open. You're gonna roll your area knowledge in front of everybody.
So we know if you know.
Yep.
I do.
All right. You have the impression you have to pass by her.
Okay. So we're gonna have to rush behind her.
You have like an idea in the back of your head.
Okay.
It's worth a try.
All right, so I'm going to try to run like through the patch of candles. And I'm not looking towards I'm trying to like look away from I'm looking like straight ahead and I'm looking away from the pile of bones. I'm just looking and I'm running through these candles. And
One
I'm
of the
trying to
side
run.
effects of your critical is that it didn't cost you any fatigue and give you back 2 more just for the adrenaline rush.
Okay.
A spell that critically success.
Should have been a fireball.
Nah, I can't do that.
Oh.
And
Is she still on her feet?
Yeah, she's still on her feet, but she's
Backing up.
She's backing up. She's next to the wall, trying to extinguish the fire on her.
Okay, so she's well out of our path.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's something here to be. All of you noted. She seemed to be very, very frightful of this kind of special light the candle are now casting.
It was pure.
It's not a firelight. It's something else, and she really like. And now you have the full opportunity to just run past her and just. Yeah.
I'm gonna, as I go by, I'm gonna pick up a couple of the candles. And I'm gonna throw one of them at her.
Yeah.
All right.
Catch.
Dex -2, just unless you have the throwing skill.
I have thrown weapons. Says mace. Thrown weapon.
Okay. Yeah. Roll Dex -2. This give you a 9. So.
Okay, so
But he's got a 10.
That'd be a 10, so you missed by 1, I think.
Is it the roll?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a 10. I'm trying to see the small dice.
I rolled a 10.
Okay. So you missed just by 1.
Okay.
So maybe you hit her into her dress, the leather dress, and the dress just absorbed. But she went like this, like this.
But I do have the other one in my hand, and I'm just holding it out at her.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for my comrades to move behind me. I'm just keeping facing towards her, but moving in the direction of the exit.
You're probably the last one to see her face, and she look at you straight into the eyes, and she scream a curse at you like in another language. But you feel a darkening trying to envelope you, and at one point you just go, you know what? I'm gonna protect my friends. So you get out all 3 of the cave and start running into the tunnels.
Yes, I'm just running.
I trust you know where you're going.
I think so.
That is good enough for me.
And as I'm running, I have my
hand. Worked.
As I'm running, I have my handle over the candle, so it's not as I'm running, the wind of running won't put out the flame.
Yeah. After maybe 5 minutes, the light of the candle changed slowly back to its normal light. The magic faded slowly, fading away.
She is free from whatever magic you put on her now. We should hurry faster.
Indeed.
I'm going as fast as I can.
What did you do? What did you cast?
I don't know. I was trying to put out the fire.
Stupid magic.
You have a occultist skill.
Yeah, I do.
What's your level in it?
I will let you know. Occultism is... Here we go. Occultism is 12.
12? Okay, you don't know exactly what happened with your spell. Apart from the fact that it went really well, it slid. The magic just flew out of you. But there is something you noted now. The light that came out of the candles was very much like the sunlight.
Oh. Okay. It was the sun, not flame.
So in your mind, this creature is probably cursed to live underground because of the sun. Something like that.
I would tell them, I think it is the sunlight. The light.
What? You casted the sun on the candle? That's nonsense.
Many things are nonsense.
True.
When she spoke to me, she spoke a curse. I almost felt my very flesh peel off my body.
In the ancient religion, the religion of the old gods in stone, the sun has a name, Tamasu. It's like the oldest god of all. Maybe it has a link to it.
Whether god or demon that was, now the rumors aren't just rumors. There is a dark master and it's a she.
So I'm going to roll 1 dice.
Yes.
Just for fun. Okay. 5. Okay. Imagine that. 5 days later, you guys finally go out in the light of the day. Imagine yourself all dusty, all all tired, hungry, thirsty, exhausted. Thanks to your friend Hydrekos, you were able to find some food, some mushrooms to eat, some edible moss. But after 5 days, imagine yourself getting out of a canyon, in a canyon, and you in broad daylight, the bright sun of the afternoon, and what's in front of you is not the capital Karalhi, but it's the desert. And as you see the desert, you realize that you're on the other side of the canyon, in one of those opening where maybe the sandstone prophet exit the canyon of the Black Ways in his time. You realize that you have done something that is very rare. very few men and women have crossed the Black Ways and made it alive. And more than that, the people who are thrown into the Black Ways and make it out of it are clear for any legal repercussion. You know? It's
Our
like
slate is clean.
if a criminal survived the Black Ways, he is a free man. No one can accuse him. You feel somewhat changed inside maybe, but you are definitely alive. And there seems to be an oasis nearby with travelers. Maybe they have some food and waters to share.
Let's go. I think I see someone over there. Far. If Elfmira isn't in shape to walk, I'll carry her. Piggy bag.
I sort of say, the desert is my domain, friend. I can walk.
If you think so. She says, falling on the ground.
So, you are ending your adventure in this oasis. I would like to know, what are you doing to close this chapter, arriving at the oasis?
So I'm standing up on one of the rocks, just perched, like my arms spread open. I'm just basking in the sunlight, like I'm purifying myself from all that darkness that I was surrounded by. And I'm just sucking in the warmth of the sun, just with my mouth open like a crocodile.
Amazing.
Well, me, I take off my helmet and, similar to my friend, I gaze at the sun and the light. And deep down, I'm thinking about 3 men we're gonna pay. Hell yes. And thinking of, I think I just broke my contract by passing through. I think now I'm free to do what I want.
You had a few days to ponder about that, and if the Lanterneers turned their back on you, there must be a conspiracy running into the Lanterneers.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a good idea to not work for them anymore.
Yeah.
And all of this for a winged woman, a holy woman? Maybe you should
Yeah.
tag along with these guys and help this woman.
I think I'll, with the travelers that are there, I'll take my suit of armor and kind of barter trade it to just have I don't know how to say that, like Obi-Wan, just a hood and a big
Mexican poncho.
a big cloak to hide my features and my sight, and the mirror shield I throw it in the desert. And
the trade is really good because those voyagers are astounded to see people coming out of the canyon. It's like,
okay,
no, it's impossible. and some people want to be blessed by you even. It's like, oh my God! There is people like throwing themselves to their knees in front of Agim and Efmira just to be touched and to be blessed. You know?
Ow.
Only a couple of criminals have did this in the past, and the Sandstone Prophet himself. So it's a holy thing, you know?
I tell them, remember the name of Hazid. He is a fallen friend. Revere the name.
Of course, of course.
And what Efmira do to end this chapter?
Like Agim, I just sort of take in the sun. Like, I look and I sort of let it, like, fill me up, sort of. Like, I'm almost like praying and closing my eyes, and from the bottom of my heart, I sort of just give thanks, and I have this sort of religious observance. So I literally am like praying, and I am thanking the sun itself, like as an old god, or as the sun, as the nature, either as the god or as some sort of like as the either that or the nature itself of the sun. I say thank you. I could not have survived this horrible trial without your help, and I am very grateful that you have allowed me to live to this day. I will not disappoint you.
It's a question I would like to ask you, Brendan. Is Efmira was a follower of a specific religion, like the Calming Wind, or the more traditional old gods in stone?
I think it was like I think it would be the old gods then.
The old gods. Yeah. So it's interesting because in your group, Izado is preaching the other way around, like the enlightenment and the insight and meditation, and you just were confronted with the possibility of maybe some godly or ungodly thing of the past, and maybe those things are true. So yeah, it will be kind of interesting if you and Izado had to discuss religion now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So hey, thank you guys. It was a very fun game.
Yeah, thanks. That was fun.
Yeah. So anything to add?
There will be blood for the Karalhi.
Buckets of blood.
Yes, I believe so. So thanks for watching, and see you next time. Signing off.
See you guys.